Ois, this is Xmas, and welcome back to Enderal. I had to start at the loading screen because of where I stopped, but it shouldn't be a big deal. So long as it starts. Did I know? Yeah, look at the coin sounds that can be used to craft items from blueprints? Ugh, what can I say it? Just configure it improves your knowledge about light armors and whatever, I don't care. Okay.
This day isn't getting any better. Here, drink this. It'll help you.
And cork a bottle and
See,
drink potion.
you already look a lot better. Still, you should let a priest take a look at that fever as soon as possible.
Better.
The grunt root potion will
It
wane
looks a
in
little
a few
better.
days.
Thanks, but what in blazes just happened there?
What? You mean the still? Bad quality and too much heat, I'd wager. But, yeah, whatever will be, will be.
What? The explosion, the voices, they were yours.
Explosion? I'm not sure I follow.
Oh, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Finn Dalaris. Died in 8234. Cause of death, exploding still.
Ha ha. Look, I really don't know what you're talking about. Maybe...
Wait a second. What was that?
What was it?
I could have sworn I saw something moving over there.
Go ahead, comment if you actually did see anything, because I didn't see anything.
What the? Carbos!
No! Not carbon dioxide. I'm sorry, I'm an asshole.
Bastards. They've hit me.
Carbos!
Shit.
Do something, damn it! Do something!
Oh. So it was a vision. That should have been kind of obvious, honestly.
Now would you look at that? Our mysterious survivor has awoken.
What am I? Who are you?
Jespar Matumiel Delveric. Jespar for short.
Oh, he
And
looks
you,
pretty.
my friend, are in my very own campsite. And before you ask, yes, the bandits killed both of the apothecary.
Oh, okay.
The only reason you're still alive is that the impact of the explosion threw you right into a thicket. Luckily enough, most of your injuries are only superficial, and I've already taken care of them.
I remember the chair
Your
one.
fever, though, is an entirely different story.
How do you know all of this? Were you there when we attacked the actor?
Suffice it
Fuck.
to say I was on the perimeter. And no, I didn't help for two reasons. One, I was outnumbered like crazy. And two, I'm in a happy relationship with my entrails. I wish I had a more heroic answer for you, but I don't. Sorry.
That was a good one. My fever? Do you know anything about it?
Yep, quite a lot actually. You're suffering from first-degree Arcanist's fever. I'm quite surprised that the old apothecarius didn't see that, to be honest. You're suddenly capable of doing things you previously knew only from the bard songs, right? And you're feeling unusually strong and dizzy at the same time? While drinking herbal potions leaves a, well, kind of a bitter feeling in your head?
It does, yes. Then this Arcanist fever is responsible for these things I could suddenly do? The magic?
Yep. Your magical talent has broken free inside you. I don't have
Sweet.
it myself, but I've worked together with enough Arcanists to know the signs. Simply put, what's happening is that your body can't cope with the magic. This isn't much of a problem at first, but if you don't do anything about it within the next couple of months, you'll find yourself running through the heartland naked, throwing fireballs at everything that moves. You'll lose your mind, to speak plain and all.
I don't know what it all means, but the fever can be treated, right?
Yes, of course. Though someone who's magically gifted will always react differently to certain situations than someone who isn't. As I said, some herbs will always worsen your fever, as will magically contaminated areas.
Okay, so this fever gets worse whenever I, drink potions?
Among other things, yes. Just as being magically gifted can make a person powerful, it can also make them sensitive and prone to certain conditions. Just don't overdo it sleeping in ruins or in the woods. Instead, set up a camp somewhere. Plus, as you've already said yourself, don't overdo it with potions.
Huh. Shit. And how can I treat it with... What... And how can I treat it? With this grunt root extract?
What? No. That won't help you in the long run. What you need is ambrosia. A special mixture of herbs that can remedy the fever without any side effects.
I wonder if this is
Every
only
good
part of the
alchemist
story,
does that
or
stuff,
like
but
you
it'll
actually had to do this or what? Because then it sounds like a pain. And what about these visions?
Visions?
Well, that's what I would call them. I have these kind of premonitions. Don't worry about it. So what can I do? Well, that's what I call them. I have these kind of premonitions of these things that are about to happen. Are they also a side effect of the fever?
No. Well, none that I know of. The only visions I ever had were those that come along with a good pipe of peaceweed. You know what?
Peaceweed.
Someone has to take care of your fever. And as it happens, I know someone who could. But in
See?
return, I want you to tell me everything. How did you get here? And what did you do in that temple? And what exactly did you see in those visions? I can't put my finger on it, but there's something strange about you. And that makes me curious. So, healing for information. What do you say?
Alright. Healing for information. Information. Agreed.
Then shoot. I'm eager to listen.
I'm sorry.
I
I guess I
understand.
kill myself.
My condolences for your loss. So that means you somehow survived this execution. And before you got washed ashore, you had this, this dream? In which you saw burnt bodies and a blinding light.
Yes, but it wasn't just a dream. It was more like a memory. The temple I saw in it was exactly the same as the one in the valley. Do you know what I mean?
I hope so. So your magical outburst didn't happen slowly as it usually does, but all of a sudden after this near-death experience. And with it came these visions.
Correct.
Interesting. I guess you know how absurd all this must sound, but somehow I believe you. Heck knows why, but I do. So, that means I'll introduce you to my employer. If anyone can help you, it's him. There is, however, one thing with which I could use a hand. The sooner we get that done, the sooner we can start our journey to Ark.
What exactly is Ark?
Ark? The capital of this country?
Oh.
Walls
Okay.
high as towers of iron-hard stone, resting alone in the mountains in granite enthroned, never decaying, the ages surveying, guarded by the Lord, and blah 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 blah, and so on and so forth. If you plan on staying in this land, sooner or later you'll see it with your own eyes.
Oh, sweet. And if I don't want to help you? Who is this employer of yours?
Well, aren't you curious? I like that. I work for the Holy Order.
Oh. The Holy Order? You mean the military unit of the gods?
Yes, but as you might know, this is the realm of Malphus, the guardian of the Lightborn. And here, the Order basically reigns for him. It's both the spiritual and judicial
YouTube
center of this
video.
country, so believe
I'm
me,
sorry.
you'll see for yourself soon enough.
I just thinking this is like really cringy for me. For you watching it. Fuck it, whatever. And if I don't want to help you.
That's your call, I suppose. My curiosity is satisfied. But without me accompanying you, the guards won't let you into the Sun Temple in Ark. And that's where you need to go in order to treat your fever.
Oh,
But as I
okay.
said, no hard feelings on my side if you want to play the lone wolf.
Okay then, I'll help you. The faster I get rid of this fever, the better.
Splendid. There are some things that need some explanation before we can get started. Where should I start? I take it you've noticed that in the past 2.5 years, this world has fallen into political chaos, right? Civil wars, usurpers everywhere.
You name it.
And even though Enderal isn't directly affected by these wars going on everywhere, there are serious things happening here too. Take the Woods-Ears, for example.
What?
There have been an unusual number of reports of wanderers being attacked
kidding.
by them in the open. That's never happened before. And the same goes for the lost ones, the living dead. Until 2 years
I wonder,
ago, they were a rather rare magical phenomenon. But now every other corpse not properly cremated starts walking again as if it were the most natural thing to do. The strangest thing, however, is what they call the Red Madness.
Do you think this chaos could be in any way related to the rumors about the Lightborn's death? Everyone in Netting talks about them.
Yeah, the rumors. I've heard them too. And I could indeed imagine that they're true. That there's a connection, yes.
Then you actually believe that someone did kill the Lightborn.
As I said, maybe. If you ask me, the Lightborn were never more than false gods anyway.
And you heard that the Enderalians were the most pious people in this film. What do the Enderalians think about that?
Well, they usually leave the thinking to their holy order.
Huh.
And they, of course, deny everything. Even to talk about it as we're doing is a crime. But as much as I hate to say it, maybe it's better this way. At least for now. A spiritual crisis is the last thing this country needs at the moment.
And here I thought the Enderalians were the most pious people in the civilized world.
Please, don't take me as an example. I've seen that a long life is only one of the things powerful magic can achieve. And this whole false deity theory isn't that new, after all. And seriously, let's say the Lightborn really are as mighty and omnipresent as the revelations say they are. Wouldn't they have the power to magically smite me here and now for my insolence? The Lightborn were just powerful kings. No more, no less. But that's just how I see it. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Peppermint, no sweat. Still waiting for the smiting. That's actually funny.
I think we'll get along just fine. But we're digressing.
This is funny. True. You mentioned something about a red madness.
Yeah. It's some kind of mental illness that makes people lose their minds. Just a couple of weeks ago, for instance, there was a smith in Ark who slaughtered his entire family.
Oh, shit,
He was
man.
drunk, but that doesn't explain why he screamed things like, "Fear the light," while he was doing it. Or a young noblewoman who killed herself by setting her family estate on fire for no apparent reason. Now, you might say that these kinds of things happen, but by now there have been more than a dozen of them. That and the fact that the possessed's eyes glow red shortly before and during their deed
Makes sense,
has
then.
made people call it the Red Madness. And just 3 days ago it happened again. Only this time it was a magister from within the Holy Order itself.
A magister?
Right, you're not from here. A magister's
A
a kind
magister.
of sage from the Holy Order, who teaches the young novices who are aspiring to become keepers or arcanists. Yarrow was his name, a man who had more than 60 winners on his back. He killed
What did
15
he
novices
do?
and himself. According
What
to the
did he
only
do?
eyewitness to survive, he entered the teaching room as usual to give a lecture on alchemy. But instead, he gave a strange speech in which he explained that humanity is corrupt, void, as he put it. And his eyes started glowing, he locked the door, and, well, he tore himself apart with a magical explosion. You can
Shit.
imagine the kind of uproar that caused.
Blazes. This is horrible.
And unnecessary. Completely unnecessary.
So, what's your role in all of this? You said you work for the Order, but I take it you're no monk.
Well, I'm not exactly one for vows and austerity, so no, I'm no keeper. I guess you could say my specialty is recovering things that have been lost. Treasures, tomes, memories, and the like. And the Order hired me to do exactly that. They want to know how a highly intelligent man like Yarrow could fall victim to the Red Madness. And also if there's a discernible pattern to how this malady, or whatever it is, chooses its victims.
Wait, can I? Oh no, I don't think so. In other words, you're searching for his motives. How could I help you with that? I don't know anything about this hero.
True, but that's irrelevant. Yarrow grew up in a small village named Riverville, which isn't far from here. And according to some of the other wardens, he visited this area
Maybe
quite
we'll go
often
there.
after his partner's death.
I'm
So
sorry.
it's quite possible we could find some clues around here.
Foot.
Shards of his past, if you like.
Oh, okay.
I've already searched most of the area.